HalferLand videos.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, HalferLand Performance Videos. It's been a little while. You can see it's been so long. I grew a beard. Just been knocking orders out, guys, you know, trying to maintain the company, and I appreciate you guys sticking by, waiting for a new video. So here it is. And I've been really busy, so I haven't had any time to record a new video, but luckily I do have some videos in storage that I've recorded earlier when I was building Bertha, because there was so much content that I had, man. From every little thing that I did to the car, there was always a video to do. But right now I'm just entrenched with the company, so it's just orders, basically fulfilling orders, port and polish work. I don't know if you guys want to see that or not. Like I said, man, I mean, you can see here, this is one of our carts for orders. You got a whole intake manifold, throttle body runners in there. You got some other stuff there. I got dual throttle dual VTEC J37 A4 heads that I'm doing here. There's that one, and then the other one's over there. So I got that on the workbench, and then of course all these motors, and of course all the daily orders that come through. But anyways, diving into some of the old content that I have on the shelf, I wanted to see what I could give you guys, and what I chose to present to you guys today is a video on the install of our injector dynamics, our ID1000 injectors. I'm not sure, I haven't gone through all the content yet or all the videos, so I'm not quite sure of all the detail that I left you. But one thing I did want to touch on is the pigtails, that basically the connection harness that goes on, that connect to the injector. You're gonna have to modify that pigtail or that harness. So what they're called pigtails, basically it's two wires and a harness, so it kind of looks like a pigtail. But I believe it's a GM, it's a GM. I'm not sure what the serial number is or what model it is, but if I can find you that part or that item code or the name of it, I'll put it in the video somewhere in the description or something, and I'll list it on screen. As always, guys, you can find us obviously here on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, which you can follow in real time, because we update in real time. So whenever I get a chance, I'll snap a photo, I'll upload it to Instagram. So it's not like YouTube where you have to wait, you know, a couple weeks for the video to come out. Instagram handle is obviously HalferLand Performance. You can find our main website, which is HondaJSeriesEngine.com. Once again, HondaJSeriesEngine.com, and then go to the shop tab, and that will bring you to our online store where you can find all of our online performance products. And we have a few different items we're working on now. Don't want to put it out there too early for you guys, because I want to make sure that all the rendering, all the R&D is done, because we're still working on the prototype right now. But we do have a few new items, because it's been a little bit since we came out with a new item. Oh, except for our billet shifter. We did make a billet shifter. It's pretty generic. It's modeled off the K-tuner shifter. It's not a fucking cheap Chinese shifter, as some people are saying that we just copied the K-tuner, or it's a Chinese, whatever the fuck they say. I don't even listen to them anymore, honestly, guys. But our CNC guy was able to finally replicate a shifter, so check out our new shifters on our website, HondaJSeriesEngine.com. Billet shifter, they fit the 7th gen Accord, 3rd gen TL, and K20, K24 Civics, and K20 or K swaps, basically, and then the 06 to 11 Civic SI. I believe you just check it out on our website. And then of course Patreon, guys. If you are working on a project, you have a build going on, you guys need a little help, you need a little not hand holding, but you just need a few suggestions, or point you in the right direction, or say you get caught up on something on your build and you're not quite sure how to do it. Say it's a simple task of taking something off. Go to our Patreon account and you can become one of our Patreons. And the great thing about that is once you're a Patreon, you get starred in our email, because the best way to contact us by far is through email, not on YouTube, not on Instagram. It's through email, which our email is right here, HalferLand@gmail.com. But once you become a member, once you subscribe, you get first access. So you get a priority star to all your emails. So all your questions get answered first, above anyone else, as long as you're a Patreon. And then the great thing about that, after 4 months of consecutive subscriptions, you also get 5% off any order for the entire life that you're a member. You'll always have 5% off coupon code that you can use on the store. So anyways, guys, let's get on. What is up, guys? Welcome back to HalferLand videos. To all my subscribers, thank you for coming back. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we can grow this channel. I would really love to. Any support will go directly back into the J-Series motor. As I work 9 to 5, so I have a normal job. This is like my side job. I do have a depth of knowledge in regards to the J-Series, so I'd love to build it out, make it as big as like a K or a B, all the other Honda motors. But anyways, today what I'm doing, my car, I actually went ahead and the car's been up and running with the turbo for about 2.5 to 3 weeks now. Hopefully this video comes out like halfway decent. I just dropped the camera and there's like a big mark on the lens, so I started cleaning it and it's not very good. So anyways, so the car has been turboed for about 3 weeks now. In my tuning, I found that I am running out of injector, so that's what I'm doing now. Show you guys how to do it. It's very straightforward. Unhook everything from the intake manifold, which would be like this vacuum line. There's one that goes to the intake. Unplug the map sensor or the map harness. There's like an ECT or the IATs, the intake temps. There's a couple intake lines on the back. You got this line, which would feed from the front valve cover. You got that plug. So basically just unhook everything from the intake manifold. Undo the top plate. So undo the top plate, pull the top plate off. Then there will be bolts inside the intake manifold. There will be bolts inside the intake manifold, so go ahead and loosen those up. And then once those are loose, the intake manifold literally just pulls up. You just pull it off. Again, make sure everything's unhooked. There, you got two in the back, you got one there, one here, one there. You got the two couplers for the intake, or you got the one coupler for the intake, and then it just pulls up. And then from there, you got your runners. And then here are the injectors. Very straightforward. I actually have zip ties holding my clips down, and I went ahead and I bought new pigtails or new clips. Hold on. So I went ahead and bought new clips right here, so I don't have to zip tie them anymore. They'll click right in, and they'll hold. So I'm gonna wire these up, and then I also have my ID1000s, so injector dynamic 1000s. Here they are. And this should be plenty injector for the power that I want to run. I mean, this would be probably 700 to 800 horsepower worth of injector for the V6, because it's 6 injectors at 1000cc. So like I said, it's probably 700 to 800 worth of injector right here. I would say, to be conservative, probably about 700. Easily 700, because this will easily do 650. So I got my ID1000s here. Like I said, I got the plugs there. I'm not going to show you how to do this. It's very straightforward to wire it up. Just a black and a red. Just tie them in, cut it, tie it in. That's it. So to get these off, you got to take off the harnesses, and then there's 2 screws or 2 bolts, one here and then one under here, and that's what holds the fuel rail. So once you undo those, you just kind of start wiggling and the injectors will pop off, and I'll show you guys that when I'm done. Alright, so these just clip off. You got 2 on each side. Undo those, and then these have little tabs underneath you need to clip. Mine of course are broke,
because I've taken this off quite a few times and it's a pain in the ass to get those off, so they end up breaking. So that's that. So then you just gotta go under there. I don't know if you can see it, there's one bolt there, one bolt there. I usually have a magnetic rod to make sure it doesn't fall, because it does fall in there quite often. And if you're not taking the runners off, it's a pain in the ass to get them. So just be really careful, or stick like a paper towel in between that gap right there, just to make sure they don't fall through. That's a very helpful tip, trust me guys, because you will have them fall. So while I'm in here, I like to clean out the runners. I don't know how well you can see that, but I went ahead and cleaned this one, where that one's a little bit dirty still. So I just take it, I have my two fingers like this, and then I just go into the runners. Make sure you don't fucking drop it in there. Have a good grip on it. Spin it around. And that's basically it, guys. It's just a good habit, you know, while you're in here. Just go ahead and clean them off. Make sure you don't drop anything in there. Make sure the towel doesn't fall apart, and make sure you have the blue shop towels, the lint-free ones, because you don't want a bunch of fucking lint in there either. This is just for demonstration purposes, but what I like to do, I'll have one hand on each side of the rail, even pressure, and I'll start wiggling back and forth like that to break it loose. You don't want to just pull up on it, because sometimes the O-rings will stick down into the runner, and then you'll have a bad O-ring. And unless you have O-rings on hand, which I do, but a lot of people don't, you'll be stuck. You'll be like, I need a fucking O-ring, because that bitch will leak. And I've had it happen once. Literally the whole backside of the engine was flooded, and I was like, holy shit, because it smelled like straight gas in the car. So what I do, I wiggle. I have one on each side. This is already loosened up, but I wiggle, and then while pulling up at the same time, not very hard, just wiggling, nice amount of little force, or nice amount of little force, I can speak well today, and then just pull straight out. And these are my 410 injectors. And guys, if this is not coming in clearly, I apologize. Like I said, I dropped the fucking camera, and it put a massive nick on there, and then I tried wet sanding it with like a 2000 grit, and it took the, I think it's like an anti-glare coating on the lens, it took that off, and then I just kept polishing it. So I did the best I could to recoup it, but it looks way better than it did before. So trust me, it's better. I'm gonna have to get a new lens for the GoPro. But anyways, back to the injectors. That's it. And then do the same thing for this side, and then from there you tip them over, and I'll show you guys this when I'm done. You just tip the rails over, and then you pull the clips off of the injectors, and the injectors off. So before I go any further, I went ahead and put tape on the runner so nothing falls down in there. And just in case, to relieve a little bit of pressure from your fuel system, go ahead and pop the cover on your gas tank or your gas cap. Go ahead and pop that off. Alright, they are out. Here they are over there. So I gotta pop these off. So if you look here, you have a clip here. What you do, you just gently pry on one side, and then it will, see, just gently pry it on one side, and that will start to come off. And then do the same thing on the other side. Do the same, and then you go. So that's the clip right there, and that's how it holds on to the fuel rail. And then vice versa, you see there's little grooves in it. That little groove would slide through there like that, and then it locks in. Very straightforward, but make sure you take care of these clips, because you're going to need them again. I'm going to put mine over here, and then before I do anything else, I'm going to clean the injector holes. Just a paper towel and some brake cleaner. Alright, from here, start removing all the clips. A good habit to form is to, once you pry these off, just give it a little push inwards, to keep it, I guess, in, whatever you want to call it, because obviously when you pry, it's gonna be wider. So just give it a nice little push like that, and it'll make sure that once you push these on, it's gonna secure and it won't be loose or floppy. So do that, and then to prepare, go ahead and put some paper towels down underneath where you're working, because obviously gas is like erosive or corrosive. I guess corrosive would be the word, and it will eat paint and all kinds of other shit. And then next, go ahead and start getting your other injectors ready. What I like to use is just some motor oil. Doesn't matter what grade. Some people use like anti-seize grease and whatnot. I don't like it because it's really dirty, so I just use oil. Works fine for me. As you can see, I got all the injectors off easily. Nothing, no O-rings got stuck or anything like that. Nothing's broke. And that's what I've always used, is a nice amount of oil on it, and then I just rub my finger around it. That's it. Alright, there's the first one on. Be sure that your O-rings match, because the first one I put on, this O-ring right here, was too small. It was really loose. You want to make sure that it fits snugly. See how that's snug? The other one like moved like that. It was really loose, and fuel was actually pushing through it. And be careful, guys, wear safety goggles when taking them off, because even with the fuel cap off, I still pulled the first injector and it sprayed literally right at my face. So just be careful there, and then go ahead and compare your O-rings whenever you take them off, because the new ones that I have, some of them match, and then this one just didn't. So I don't know if the guy put on a different O-ring to sell them to me or what, but that one definitely didn't match. The diameter was way too small. So I'm gonna go through these. I'm gonna go ahead and put them all back on, and then I'll catch up to you guys whenever I have all the injectors on. But like I said, guys, take the clip off, literally wiggle it back and forth, injector comes off, check your O-rings, make sure the size are right. You want it to be a tight fit. That's a little bit of movement there, but the one before was like way, you can tell there, it just wasn't snug in there. There was definitely a little bit of play in the O-ring, so just check that and then go back through it and do the same thing for all of them. All right, something that is super fucking important, guys, is this fucking glare. All right, you see that little notch right there? So that part, make sure that rests on it, and then this groove, I don't know if you can see it, there's a groove on the injector. Make sure that groove with the clip goes in the groove on the injector, and then make sure the clip hole goes into that groove right there. You can see it, that notch right there, make sure that, and then just one thing up right there, make sure that part is in the groove of the injector. If not, it'll be loose. Sometimes you think it is, and then you move it a little bit and it'll snap into the hole, or to the crevice, the notch, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure they're notched up. Damn it, I hope you guys can see that, just like that. Alright, from there you literally just take the two rails, flip them, they come down like that. And what I did, sprayed a little oil on my finger, just fingered the shit out of the hole. Yeah, oiled up each hole, just fingered it, and then put them on. They literally slid right in perfectly. So from there, you go ahead and you put your bolts back in to hold down the fuel rail, and then everything is reverse. So yeah, put the bolts for the fuel rail, then you put the intake manifold on, put the interior intake manifold bolts on, and then put the top plate on, and then hook up the intake, and then hook up all your intake, your vacuum lines. Once again, guys, very easy. Vacuum lines, vacuum line, connection, and then connection for the map sensor, or I'm sorry, throttle body, and then your intake coupler. That's it. And then these are the interior bolts. Once again, put the intake on, tighten down the intake bolts. Let me find the torque sequences for you guys. Alright, here are the interior intake manifold bolts. They get torqued down to 16 pound-feet or foot-pounds, and then the sequence is as followed. You got one, shit. Alright, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here you go, a closer look for you. There you go. And then the top plate, here's the top plate. I'm not going to read it off to you guys there. If you want to hold or pause the video, that is the sequence right there. And then that gets down to 8.7 pound-feet. This is directly from a Honda Accord shop manual, direct service manual, dealer manual, which apparently should have got discarded. But that's it right there. Alright, and another tip, before I put the intake manifold on, I go ahead and I go in the car. Obviously I put the fuel cap back on, and I turn the key to key on. So actually key on. So it's 1 click, 2 clicks. that will prime the fuel pump, and then you check for leaks on the fuel rail side, because obviously it will pressurize the fuel rail side, but it won't be pushing anything through the injector. Only way to check for leaks on the head side or on the runner side would be to have the car on. So obviously you're gonna have to put the intake manifold and everything back on there. Alright, like I said before, in my case I need to put a new harness on there, or a new clip, because as you can see they are not the same and they won't go in there. As far as I can tell, guys, it looks like negative would be on the right side of these injector clips, because the only consistent color is black yellow, and black yellow is on the right side, where all the left side appear to be positive, and they're all different colors, which I believe identifies what cylinder or what injector it's going to, where the black yellow is all ground, if that makes sense. That's how I'm going to wire it up. Black is going to be on the right side, and red or hot will be on the left. Alright, here she is all put back together. I went ahead and actually resprayed the top plate, because I did have, it was powder coated, or it still is, but the powder coating was starting to like change colors, kind of like this, because my valve covers are powder coated, but it's starting to like stain and look kind of weird. So I went ahead and did my signature like copper gold. I fucking love it, man. You see all the accents there, all the different copper gold or whatever, copper gold there. So I like it. Eventually, I don't know, I may change the color of the valve covers, but for now this is how it is. The one thing I need to change is obviously my boost reference. What is that for? No, that's the blow off. That's the blow off vacuum line. I need to change that to black. The blue just obviously stands way out. Doesn't go with anything in my car. Alright guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please help me grow the channel. If you like the video, please thumbs up, please share. What else is there? Subscribe. Please subscribe, and if you're not already a subscriber, if you like the videos, I will be coming out with more, hopefully more frequently. If I can at least try to do at least one video a week, that's what I'll try to do. That's it, guys. Hope you like it. And like I said, basically everything from here on out is just the reverse of taking it off, and I already walked you through the intake manifold stuff. Very easy. Manifold on, interior bolts, top plate, hook everything back up. That's it. Alright guys, take care.